While adding help to the interior offensive line isn't a major need for the Denver Broncos, they could look to better their depth. When looking to better your depth at a position, it means you are typically looking for a day 3 guy in the draft, and here are 5 of those options. South Carolina's Sedarius Hutcherson has the raw power to be a people mover on the inside in the NFL. He has played at both tackle and guard in college and on both sides of the line, which speaks to his versatility. While he should be an interior-only player in the NFL, he still offers up potential on both sides and maybe even at center. The traits he has could work as a big center, but he will need to work with better awareness and bend to hold up there. Denver should be looking to better their depth on the inside, and Hutcherson could be an interesting piece. Having him as a depth option, working with Mike Munchak, could see Denver end up with a good depth piece going forward. Jack Anderson out of Texas Tech is a player that if they want versatility, they'll have to teach it to him. During his time in college, he has been a right guard only, and while teaching him other positions, they could also work to improve his technique as well. Anderson has gotten by on his play strength more than anything in college and needs more to last in the NFL. He is a bit bigger to play at center in the NFL than most centers, so that can make a potential positional transition even harder. There would need to be a lot of work done with Anderson, and Munchak could be the right coach for it. The question then becomes if Denver would take a 2-year developmental project and attempt to better their depth now. Trey Hill out of Georgia has the versatility to play all 3 spots on the interior line, though he is best suited at center. The concern with Hill is the lack of length, which they have with Lloyd Cushenberry as well, and the lack of athleticism from Hill. His time at center at Georgia has gone rather well, showing good awareness and IQ to see what a defense is throwing his way. Those 2 traits are musts when it comes to playing center in the NFL, but you have to get smarter and more aware. The lack of movement skills could make Denver hesitant, with them liking to pull offensive linemen on a large portion of their runs. Hill is a phone booth blocker, so that could really see him off the board for Denver, but the traits otherwise fit well. Penn State's Michael Minnett is the only true center to make this list because he doesn't have the traits to play anywhere else. That could be a concern for multiple teams like the Broncos, who put a big value on versatile offensive linemen. However, when it comes to his traits and fitting him into the Broncos scheme, Minnett would be a natural choice. He has functional athleticism with solid movement skills to help him as a puller and climbing to the second level. Minnett doesn't have a really high ceiling and could be a safe option behind Cushenberry in case he gets hurt, knock on wood. If Denver did look his way, then Mike Munchak would need to put the work in to clean up his snaps that had a higher rate than you'd like of being mishandled. The final interior offensive lineman option is Marquis Haynes out of Oklahoma, who is a big bully in the trenches. It would be interesting to see how well he is with his football smarts because there are center traits that he displays. If he doesn't wow with the football smarts and awareness, which look like problems on tape, he would be a guard-only prospect. He has plenty of power with functional athleticism that could be more impactful if he played with bend as a blocker. Denver typically likes versatility, so unless Hayes impresses with the smarts, he could very well be off the board for Denver. If they were looking for a guard only though, Hayes would be a great fit in the scheme and with what they're looking for. There are a lot of questions as to how Denver will value interior offensive linemen this year with their past investments. As a result, it is hard to pin down just what types of guys they could be looking at, but all 5 of these guys fit in some way at least. For Mile High Huddle, I'm Eric Trickle.